Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Julian Alvarez's agent is heading to Manchester for a transfer meeting. Manchester United have already contacted the agent of Julian Alvarez. There's a very good chance that Julian Alvarez will be the first signing of the Ralph Rangnick era. You know, Alvarez is close to joining Manchester United. Manchester United are prepared to pay the £17 million release clause to sign Alvarez. You know, Julian Alvarez's contract at River Plate expires this year. He's been at River Plate for a long time, risen up their academy and that. He's only the age of 21, so he's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. He's mainly a forward. He can also operate as a winger. There's a lot of players that Manchester United are linked with. Towards the end of last year, he said Manchester United contacted Ousmane Dembele's representatives. He said Ousmane Dembele is set to leave Barcelona as Dembele rejected a contract at Barcelona following a furious meeting with club bosses. Now, there has been talks about a swap deal involving Ousmane Dembele and Anthony Martial. I don't want Dembele at Manchester United. The reason is because he's too injury prone. Dembele has been at Barcelona for around 5 years. Barcelona got Dembele back in 2017 from Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona got him for £135 million with add-ons included. His contract at Barcelona expires this year. To be honest with you, I thought Ousmane Dembele was a far superior player at Borussia Dortmund than he has been at Barcelona, and before Dembele played at Rennes. He's 24 years of age. Now, last year, Ralph Rangnick said that he wants Erling Haaland at Manchester United. Rangnick spoke with Erling Haaland's father, Alf-Inge Haaland, over the possibility of his son signing for Manchester United this year. And he did mention that Manchester United are ready to pay Erling Haaland's release clause. Haaland's release clause doesn't become active until the summer. His release clause is in the £60-odd million range. But I'm disregarding Haaland coming to Manchester United because allegedly Haaland wants to move to Spain, and allegedly his father, Alf-Inge Haaland, has said that, you know, he wants to make a move to Spain. Haaland is regarded as one of the best strikers in the world because he's a prolific goal scorer. He's been at Borussia Dortmund for 2 years now. Borussia Dortmund got him back in January 2020 from Red Bull Salzburg. Borussia Dortmund paid £17.1 million. He's under contract with Dortmund till 2024. At one point, Haaland played at Molde under Solskjaer, and revert back to when Manchester United had Solskjaer. You know, Man United tried to get Haaland. In recent weeks, we've been linked with Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. Yesterday I gave you the news on Declan Rice. It said Manchester United are confident of landing Declan Rice for 100 million in the summer. West Ham's disappointing December has given Manchester United a huge boost in the hopes of signing Declan Rice. Rice has been a long-term target for Man United. I'd take Rice at Man United in a heartbeat. You know, Rice, he's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. He's well proven in the Premier League. He initially learnt his trade in the Premier League, and he's predominantly a defensive midfielder, and he can also be deployed as a centre-back. Declan Rice has been a long-serving player at West Ham. He's been with them for around 8 years or so. He's made 149 appearances in the Premier League for West Ham and he's scored 6 goals. He's got a contract with them until 2024. Before West Ham he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he actually never got in Chelsea's first team. Jude Bellingham, he's also been a long-term target for Manchester United. Bellingham is at Borussia Dortmund. Manchester United tried to get Bellingham when he was at Birmingham. We've also been relentlessly linked with Amadou Haidara from RB Leipzig. Rangnick knows Haidara well because Rangnick used to manage RB Leipzig. Earlier on this season, Ralph mentioned that he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing at Man United. Haidara is a Manchester United fan and he's also a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, which is beneficial. His release clause is around £33 million. And we've also been linked with Frankie de Jong and Rudiger from Chelsea. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. I'm expecting Manchester United to enjoy a quiet January transfer window. Man United will probably end up making just one signing in this January transfer window. There'll be more outgoings than incomings, I can assure that. Rangnick has been given £75 million to spend. Ralph Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for around a month now. So far, he's managed 5 games, winning 3, drawing 2. So he is unbeaten at the moment, so you can say that Rangnick has enjoyed a pretty good start to his managerial career at Manchester United. Ralph is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then after that, I did mention that Ralph Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. But Rangnick got warned that he could lose the consultancy role if he fails to get Manchester United into the Champions League. I'm hoping Rangnick can win a trophy at Man United this season. Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's 5 years ago now. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Since Rangnick got recommended in, he has made changes. He has brought 3 additions in. Earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he also brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. Rangnick could get the Man United job on a permanent basis if he does well as the interim manager. In the summer, I can assure that Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson, because Manchester United have already sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. You know, Manchester United sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The players Manchester United are going to offload this year. Martial, he's leaving the club this year. There's a good chance he'll leave this month. Now, like I said earlier on, there's been talks about a swap deal between Martial and Ousmane Dembele. It's Sevilla that want Martial. Towards the end of last year, it said Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. It did mention though that Sevilla reached an agreement in principle to sign Martial. Last year, Ralf Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United, as Martial held talks with Rangnick over his future. And Martial's agent said last year that Martial wants to leave Manchester United this month. Man United set a £30 million asking price on Martial, but I'm very sceptical we'll get £30 million for him. Martial wants more game time. He's getting nowhere near enough game time at Manchester United. He's actually out with injury at the moment. He's no longer good enough to represent the club. The best season he's enjoyed at Man United, Martial, was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. To be fair, he was quite good last season as well. Manchester United paid an initial fee of £36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. Martial's been at Manchester United for 7 years. He's under contract with the club till 2024, and he's scored 79 goals in 268 games in all competitions. Now, Edinson Cavani, he could be staying until the summer, because yesterday in Ralf Rangnick's press conference ahead of Manchester United's game against Wolves, Rangnick said he desperately wants Edinson Cavani to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Cavani's obviously been linked with a move to Barcelona. He said last year that Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona has seen Cavani as a replacement for Aguero. Aguero retired due to heart problems. Barcelona signed Ferran Torres, by the way, from Man City. Cavani's been linked to Juventus as well, and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Cavani's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Manchester United got him on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani come back from injury not so long ago. Cavani played up top alongside Ronaldo in the 3-1 win against Burnley last Thursday night. Cavani rescued a point for Manchester United in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle last Monday night. So there you go. Juan Mata, I think he's leaving the football club this year. There's a good chance that Mata will leave this month. Mata's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to last year, Man United extended Mata's contract for a further year. Can't understand why, because he doesn't really get in the team, plus he's ageing up and he's lost that yard of pace. But despite that, Mata's had a good career at Manchester United. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. Matt has made over 200 appearances in all competitions and he's scored over 50 goals. Man United got Matt from Chelsea back in 2014 for 40 million. Amad Diallo, I think Man United will loan him out as well. Jesse Lingard, he could possibly leave in this January transfer window, but I think he'll leave in the summer because towards the end of last year it did mention that Lingard will be staying at Manchester United this month to fight for his place under Ralph Rangnick. Lingard doesn't really get in the team, does he? Lingard's contract at Man United expires in the summer. The second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. But Lingard, he's been part of Manchester United for a long time, risen up our academy in that. Donny van der Beek, there's a good chance that he'll be leaving this year. He'll leave in the summer, will Donny van der Beek, because like I updated you yesterday, he said Van der Beek is unable to leave Manchester United this month due to a bust-up with his agent. Now, Bayern Munich is said to be interested in Van der Beek. Revert back to last summer, he was close to going to Everton. Unfortunately, Van der Beek's move to Everton didn't materialise. And surprisingly, Van der Beek was left on the bench in Man United's 3-1 win against Burnley last Thursday night. I thought Van der Beek would have played in that game because obviously Fernandes wasn't available for that one because he was suspended. Earlier on this season, it said that Van der Beek is not allowed to leave Man United in January as Ralph Rangnick values him. But revert back to when we had Solskjaer, Donny was very frustrated because he got nowhere near enough opportunities. Van der Beek has been at Manchester United for over a year and a half now. He's only scored 2 goals for the club. Man United got him for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United until 2025 as an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Matic, I think he's leaving as well this year. Matic started alongside McTominay in the centre midfield in the 3-1 win against Burnley last Thursday. To Matic's credit, he protected the defence well. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his opportunities. He's only the predominant centre defensive midfielder that Man United have got. I've always had my reservations about Matic because he's always been a static midfielder and he's ageing up and that. But he has had his good games at United. Manchester United got him from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million, so Matic has been at the club now for around 5 years. Paul Pogba, if he leaves this year, he'll leave in the summer. He won't be leaving in this January transfer window because it said that Man United are not negotiating a Paul Pogba transfer this month. He said Man United expects Pogba to stay this month despite the midfielder nearing the end of his contract. His contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract offer. Pogba's been out for a while with a muscle injury. He got the muscle injury in France training earlier on in the season. The good news is from Man United perspective that Pogba's very close to returning. Jones and Bailly, I think they're leaving this year. If they don't leave this month, they'll leave in the summer because Jones and Bailly don't really get in the team. Do you think Tellez and Dalot will be leaving the club this year? There again, Tellez and Dalot have played quite a few games under Ralph Rangnick. You know, Delo and Tellez have appeared to be our first choice fullback, under Rangnick. And Dean Henderson, you know the news on him. Towards the end of last year, Ralph Rangnick told Dean Henderson he cannot leave Man United on loan this month. Henderson wants regular playing time. He's not getting it at Man United because obviously last summer De Gea reclaimed the #1 spot back. Dean Henderson's only made 2 appearances this season. Revert back to earlier on this season, he had COVID. I'm hearing that Tottenham have been interested in Dean Henderson and Ajax are interested in a loan until the end of the season. So there you go. And obviously you know the news on Tuanzebe. He's gone or he's going to Napoli on loan. Now today Manchester United play Wolves at Old Trafford. It's a 5:30 kick-off. It's a must-win game for Manchester United. Obviously, Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 3-1 win against Burnley. It was a very good performance against Burnley, especially in the first half. You know, Rangnick did mention that it was the best he's seen so far since he's come to Man United. Against Burnley, it was a much better performance than what we saw against Newcastle last Monday night. The goals against Burnley came from Scott McTominay. It was McTominay's first goal since February. The second goal was a Ben Mee own goal. You know, Sancho struck it, got deflected off Ben Mee. Man United's third goal came from Cristiano Ronaldo. And Burnley's goal came from Aaron Lennon. There's only 3 players that are now out for Man United. Obviously Pogba's still out with that muscle injury, so Pogba won't be playing any part against Wolves today. I think Lindelof has still got COVID, and Martial has got a injury, and Bailly is also injured. Bailly came off injured against Burnley. He had to be replaced by Varane. To be honest with you, I was surprised that Varane didn't start against Burnley. Wolves, they've had their last 2 games postponed because of COVID. Not so long ago, Wolves were supposed to be playing Arsenal and they were also supposed to be playing Watford. The manager of Wolves is Bruno Lage. He's been Wolves manager for around 6 months now. Bruno Lage got appointed in back in June last year. Bruno Lage's got a contract with Wolves until 2024. Before Wolves, Bruno Lage managed Benfica. Before Bruno Lage, Wolves had Nuno Espirito Santo. Wolves were very consistent under Nuno Espirito Santo. He was Wolves manager for around, was it 4 years, or something like that. But when Nuno Espirito Santo was the Wolves manager, he got Wolves back-to-back 7th place finishes in the Premier League. And he also got Wolves to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years. Nuno Espirito Santo left Wolves at the end of last season, and earlier on this season Santo got sacked by Tottenham because of poor performances. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure at Tottenham. He was only in charge of Tottenham for around 4 months. Now, Wolves have got some good players in their team. Like I mentioned on the preview, obviously they have got Raul Jimenez. He's Mexican. Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. Wolves have also got Adama Traore as well. Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. Adama Traore has been a long-term target for Liverpool. They've also got Trincao. That's good. I think they got Trincao last summer. They've also got Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva is out with COVID at the moment. Wolves have also got Daniel Podence. He's an attacking player. They've also got Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is out with injury. He's not available for this game today. Wolves have also got Hwan Hee-chan. He's out with injury at the moment. Hwan Hee-chan is on loan at Wolves from RB Leipzig. They've also got Nelson Semedo. Wolves got Nelson Semedo from Barcelona. They've also got Connor Cody. Connor Cody is a very good centre-half. I remember Connor Cody when he was at Liverpool. He risen up Liverpool's academy. Roman Saiz, he's a very good defender for Wolves. They've also got Willy Bolly. He's out with injury at the moment. They've got Johnny. He's also out with injury. They've got Ruben Neves. That's a very good midfielder. Manchester United have been linked with him. Ruben Neves has been at Wolves for around 5 years. Joined Wolves in 2017. Wolves paid 15.8 million for him from Porto. Neves has got a contract with Wolves until 2024. They've also got Moutinho and Dendoncker that are good midfielders. They've got Nuri. Nuri's out with injury at the moment. They've got a player called Yerson Mosquera. He's also out with injury at the moment. I do know a couple of the goalkeepers that Wolves have got. Obviously, they've got John Ruddy and they've got a goalkeeper called Jose Sarr. Got a couple of others as well, but I can't remember what their names are. Don't forget, back in 2020, Wolves lost Diego Jota to Liverpool. That was a bad blow for Wolves. They also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. And I also think they loaned Willian Jose out. This fixture last season at Old Trafford, Manchester United won 1-0 thanks to a late goal from Marcus Rashford. Manchester United won at Molineux earlier on this season 1-0 thanks to a late goal by Mason Greenwood. And Man United won at Molineux last season 2-1. That was the final Premier League game of last season. If you do remember rightly, was it Anthony Elanga that scored in that game? Manchester United's next game after Wolves is Aston Villa in the FA Cup. Villa in the FA Cup is next Monday night, the 10th of January. But this game against Wolves today is Manchester United's first game of 2022. So guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.